Hi, I'm Kimberly Horn.
And I'm Hudson Warren. And we meant well.
You ready to have some fun today?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm kind of excited about our topic today
I know.
because, man, we lived a lot of life, have we not?
Yeah, I feel like we kind of have.
We have a lot more to live, I trust.
We better.
So I hear you have a really interesting
Yeah, the first, when this happened last week, I feel like the first thing I thought is, well, there's my we meant well. I can talk, I promise.
I know, and you're building a new house. You do not need to destroy the other one before that is the case. So tell me what happened. 'Cause I've only gotten snippets of this. I don't even know exactly what happened.
All right. A week ago, last Thursday, it was our son Robert's birthday, but he was on a field trip that day, and it was a field trip to St. Augustine. We live in Tampa. It's like 3.5 hours each way.
Oh.
So it was a drop him off at school at 6 a.m., and he wasn't going to get in until after 8 p.m. So we were going to eat beforehand. We were just going to celebrate his birthday a different day.
Sure.
Well, then we get, in one of the 22 apps, we get notified that the bus is actually going to be back before 7. We're like, oh, okay, that's far different. I will make a dinner that he'll like, and I can go grab a cake real quick, and we had a birthday party planned, but we'll still do that. Anyways, so I decided I was going to make tuna noodle casserole. That's something kids like, or at least our kids do. That'll be fun. So I do that, and I'm cooking, and you don't make that without a crispy topping. And I like my crispy topping crispy, and I cook a lot. I cook all the time.
Yeah, so
I am not a novice cook.
No. Yeah, I think, well, especially because you just said tuna. No offense, but that does not sound like something I would personally want. That's okay. But you cook a lot.
Yeah, but I make good tuna noodle casserole.
I know. I would eat yours.
Not the Midwest mom crappy. Sorry to every Midwest mom, but like not the thing that we think of. Like from scratch. And like it was good.
You cook a lot. Like
I do. I do. I cook all sorts of things. So at the very end, I was like, I'm going to broil it for like 2 minutes because I want the top crispy. By the way, I checked before I did it to make sure that the top had not naturally browned up. It hadn't. I wanted it brown. So I put the broiler on. I do a couple things. I put a timer on. The timer goes off after 2 minutes. So I turn around and I'm like, oh, there's like kind of smoke. And my daughter also turns. She's like, Dad, it smells like smoke. And I opened the oven and I got backdrafted. I got my eyebrows though, so that's cool. And it was just fully on fire.
The whole thing?
The casserole was on fire. I had made a little bonfire in my oven. So it was just fully in flames, and Brian wasn't home. And for, our dynamic, I'm not the calm one. So I'm used to having the calm one around, but he was at school picking up Robert because we were going to have dinner ready when he got there. So yeah, it was on fire. I was like, in my head, we had a fire extinguisher right outside the door in the garage. So I calmly, and it was confirmed by my daughters that I actually stayed calm the whole time, which is not like me. But I was like, hey, there's a fire extinguisher. Go grab it. They came back. They're like, we looked everywhere. We can't find it. I'm like, at this point, there's just flames getting bigger coming out of the oven. And so I was like, well, I see a measuring cup. So I filled it up with water and just started hucking water into the into the oven, which part of me thought that could be bad and make it what? But I'm just going to do it.
Let's just get the fire done.
So I did it, and it took 3 measuring cups full of water, and I got the thing out, and yeah.
What
it was
happened?
Great.
2 minutes in a broiler should not be a flame.
I know I meant well. I know that much. Here's the funny thing. So then now the house is, of course, full of smoke. My youngest was there. He's freaked out. I'm calming him down because there was like a literal fire. So we're opening up the house. By the way, a smoke detector never went off with that. That's concerning. Anyways, but so Brian then got home and I was like, this is what happened. And he proceeded to, I was like, I'll just go get us takeout. And he was like, nope. So he just very, very, very dad of him. He just started scraping the top off of the casserole.
No, he didn't.
And we ate it. Fun fact, it was still good.
You had smoky tuna.
Slightly. But it still tasted pretty good. But yeah, I mean, full on fire. And then I was like, oh, but it looks like the oven's still fine. There's a repair person coming today. We'll see if it's repairable or if we need to start over with an oven.
Oh, yeah. No.
We melted the little latch that's supposed to hold it closed.
And it won't.
So it won't close, so it won't turn on.
Yeah, what have you been doing?
I did mean well.
You did mean well. I can't believe
my first kitchen fire ever.
I've never,
knock on wood.
Knock
I mean,
on
I've been
wood.
cooking a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I felt very special. I felt very special. But I did not scream at anybody. I might have said a 4-letter word when I saw that there was a fire. But other than that, I stayed calm.
I can just picture you like...
I know I didn't do it.
You didn't do it.
Because I didn't have Brian there to fix it. So I had to stay calm.
You had to take
So now I know I'm capable.
The roles had to be reversed. So you had to be the calm, collected soul.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad that you got it out.
Yeah, because I mean...
Did you ever find your fire extinguisher?
Yeah, it was like right in the pantry, very close.
Oh.
But in my head, I'm pretty glad I used water because I feel like doesn't the stuff in the fire... like it might have ruined the oven, although I might have ruined the oven anyways, but...
I don't know.
Water worked fine.
Yeah. I feel like I need to understand this now even more. Like where
it was just... Yeah, I know. I was going to say, I know where it is now.
Yeah, you're not going to... Yeah.
Although for the record, it's like in a box. So I should probably take it out of the box because that would have been a whole, like, again, water was probably quickest.
Yeah. I laugh at you like mine's not in the box. Mine could be in the box downstairs and I just don't even know it.
Yeah, who knows?
I can't believe your smoke alarm did not go off.
That was weird. And our house is only 2 years old. It's not chirp like the bat. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, that was a lot of smoke. It was a lot of smoke. We had to air that house out for a few hours.
I bet you.
Yeah, it smelled real interesting.
Ugh, yeah.
Burnt tuna.
Well, I didn't burn anything down.
Congratulations.
I know. But we meant well. Oh, Lord. Like, I knew this was going to happen. Like, I knew it would happen. And I kept telling myself, no, it won't. I'm going to figure this out. Oh. So we're doing this fancy podcast.
Oh, yeah. Whoopsie doopsie.
Yeah, I just kind of told you this story earlier. So, we're doing this podcast, lots of equipment, camera, SD card, loaded into this one to launch it here, to put it in all the different places. And so you and I, our last time we were together and we do a couple podcasts together. And so the first thing we figured out that day was in the middle of one of our topics, and it was a good one.
Yeah, we were on a roll.
The camera just turns off, but we didn't know. We kept going for like another 10 minutes. Nothing was recorded. So that was the first one that I was like, oh, okay, we had our one thing. No. So I proceeded to say, it's fine. We'll fix it. We'll do our second podcast. And I get everything set up. And for some reason, the camera doesn't look right from where we're at. Right. And I even said to you, hey, it doesn't look right. Don't worry. I'll zoom it in and out. It'll be fine. Yeah, no, our entire podcast was in slow motion. What was 20 something minute was 2 hours and 54.
Oh, that's really slow.
Like you could see the flip.
Yeah.
Well, and that was that.
No audio?
There was zero audio. We figured out how to speed it up, but zero audio. So we have to either redo that episode or something, but I did mean well.
Yeah.
I know. We're going to get better at this.
We're going to get better.
Yeah.
Get better at everything.
I don't want to do any more slow-mos, though. That was a pain in the butt.
No.
I was so frustrated with that. I was like, I can't even tell you until I can look you in the eyes and be like, remember how much you love me before I tell you.
So I'm too busy worrying about paying for a new oven to be pissed off about it.
I thought you had a good time.
Yeah.
Like you have something major going on, and then I just like totally screwed up an entire podcast. Anyway,
it's okay. P.S. Brian has already warned me that he is going to talk so much trash to the repair person about me, about my oven fire.
Oh, good. Because he has to say, look at Dodo down here who can't even
He's like, you'll never know what I say, and I'm going to go for it. I'm like, get it all out, boo.
He might have even pulled back things from years ago.
Probably.
And did I tell you he did this?
Yep, probably.
Oh my gosh, too funny. Oh well. Okay, you'll get a new oven. We're gonna do a new podcast. We'll be fine.
Sounds great.
On to this. So you're gonna tell everybody what our little topic is today?
Yeah. What would we tell our younger, hungrier selves?
Yeah. Like what would we like? What advice would I give myself?
Yeah.
Or even what would you even? I even think of it like this, and so you can tell me if you this. There are things that I have done in my past, and I do have this as a motto of mine. I don't regret anything.
No, it's a waste of energy.
It's such a waste of energy. Do I sometimes wish I didn't spend so much energy around something? Absolutely. Everything that I've done, though, has led to something great.
I have a really, it's just absolutely poetic way of saying the same thing, and it's just, all of my best things came from all of my worst things.
So true. That is so true.
Like, or I usually say it in a more vulgar way, but like it's all the crap, like all the crap led to the best stuff. And it's really true. If I look back, like everything I think was a mistake or a failure, it was some catalyst to something that ended up being awesome.
That's so true.
Yeah.
That's so true. I can think of a relationship that I was in, and I know you and I have some similar stories on that. But I was in this relationship. It was right out of college. It was like, yes to graduation, yes to the new job, yes to the guy. Great person. We were not great together.
Yeah.
We just weren't. We were not, it was not who was intended to be. Yet, if I had not been in that relationship for that long, I never would have met my husband. I mean, it was one of those things where the job that I got was because the guy in the relationship said, you should apply for this job. We were both kind of we were in similar fields. He's like, you should go to this, you should go and do this, because it was the fitness director for whatever it is. And I'm like, oh, but I want you to get the job, but they wouldn't hire a girlfriend and boyfriend kind of thing. So I immediately was like, okay, I applied for it. Well, that led to, we broke up, but it also led to me meeting Mike, because he was a cop at the time, got a free membership at this place, and it was amazing.
Would have been way more fun if you'd gotten arrested or something, but.
Oh, that would have been more fun.
And that's how you met him, not like for
I know exactly. Yeah, no. So even though the relationship was many years of my life, like I think almost 5, it wasn't, and it ended poorly. It was the best thing because I met Mike.
Well, yeah, you think you would go back and change things, but it's the whole idea of like a ripple effect. Like if you went back and changed one thing, what good things would it change for you?
Yeah.
Like, it's just all part of the
journey.
And
I wouldn't look back and say, no, don't be in that relationship and don't do that, even though it was like not the best relationship period. I still would have, I would have gone through it because I knew on the other end it was, so I even would probably tell myself, my younger, hungrier self, like, this too shall pass.
Yeah.
Like, go through it, because I learned, I'll tell you, my biggest lesson in that relationship was I would walk into coming home from wherever, and I was always waiting to see the temperature of the room to decide how I would be.
Ooh, I've lived that. Yeah.
Yes. So I remember when Mike and I were early on in our relationship, if he had a bad mood, I'm like, take that and you just go somewhere else, because it's not my fault. If it's my fault, let me know. We'll have a conversation. But that relationship taught me, like, nobody gets to be my environment.
No.
Like, I will be what I want to be, me. And so that was the biggest lesson that I learned from that. And I would go through that again for that one lesson, because it was, and my husband, of course, because it was like one of the biggest things that I learned about myself is like, nobody gets to tell you how you get to be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, that's interesting. I can think of multiple long relationships before Brian that were also like that.
Yeah.
Where it's not that they were awful people per se, but they were very, probably not even intentionally, but almost controlling.
Yeah.
And, I felt like I needed to mold to them. And it's really nice to be with someone who gives you the freedom to be yourself.
Oh, my gosh. So you clearly, I'm always the up energy in our household.
No way.
So stop it. Stop it. It's interesting, though, if I come in and I'm having my one of 2 bad days a year.
Yeah.
Michael does the Kimberly.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, it'll snap me out of the bad mood, because I'm like, that's just weird.
Yeah.
Like, I need you not to be all of that, because that's my job.
Yeah.
So it's funny, but yeah, you're right. Like, they let you be you, and there's a value. And I don't know. Anyways, that's one of mine. How about you?
I think this is more that. I mean, again, like, I think, like, I moved to Florida for a long distance relationship and again, nothing wrong with them. It wasn't right for me. And it felt like this massive failure.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt like such an idiot because I had completely started my life over, really.
Yeah.
But then again, now I look in hindsight, it's like, I would have never met Brian. So I would have never had him. I would have never had my kids. I would have never met you or any of my closest friends. I would have never become the coach that I am. Like, there's so many things that triggered because of that mistake. Right. So then to me, it wasn't a mistake. Right. It was something that had to happen because it got me to where I really needed to be. So, on like the advice side, what would I say to that younger self? I would say, take more risks and get to the failure faster.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's the best teacher, right?
Yeah. You know what? That's so true. Take more risks. Oh, that's a good one. I think I could learn that a lot more in regards to some of the stuff that I had done in the
Yeah.
past. Even though I feel like I'm a fairly big risk taker,
You totally are.
I'm more now though than when I was younger because there's this mold of like, oh,
Yeah.
like if I have to look back at it now, if I even went back to like out of high school, it was like, oh, I got to get into college as fast as possible. Or you get into college, excuse me, you get into college and you got to get into your job as fast as possible. Like if I had to give myself advice, I'd be like, go overseas and do go travel Europe for a couple months and do that, or go take the stupid job, go bartend at the local whatever and have fun and whatever. I would not have been, I would probably have changed that. I would not have been so serious. Now, being so serious now, as I say that, it did lead me to some great success as a young person.
Yeah.
And a very accomplished. And I was very proud of myself. But I almost wish I would have like just been a little bit more, I don't know, free flow. Like everything did not have to be check, 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 check. I wish I would have, maybe that's the one thing that not really regret. I would give myself advice to say, take more risk, fail faster, try it out. Who knows what you get to throw against the wall and it works out for you.
Well, that's one of the other things I had thought of is just not putting things off because you have time. Because don't even get me started on that in the first place. Who knows how much time any of us have?
Yeah.
But just like whether it's wealth stuff or health stuff or the travel or the fun or like at a certain point, I feel like we get so extreme as humans and we have to go be successful and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Or go find the spouse or go travel or whatever. But it's like one thing when there's room for more than one thing.
Yes.
And so I think that's that. So take more risks. I think, be open to making mistakes and embrace them because kind of like we've been talking about, that brings usually unexpected surprises. And usually those surprises are positive, or at least they have been for me. And I know they have been for you.
What's one of the biggest risks you think you've taken, like in professional?
Professional biggest risk. I don't know. I would probably say becoming a coach because it took me away from a very successful business
so true.
that for all intents and purposes would have continued to be successful if I would have stayed in it full time, and yet leaving it to something on the back burner, it was a risk that it would fall apart, which it didn't. But it was also a risk for me to, what we do is we get in front of large rooms and speak. And at the time that I said, yeah, I'll do that, I was terrified of public speaking.
Were you really?
Oh my gosh. So when I say terrified, like I'll paint the picture. Me sitting in a room just as a participant of an event and wanting to raise my hand and say something in front of 50 people or 100 people, like I would be shaking so much after I finished talking that there's been so many times where I've went to like grab a water or something and spilled it because I was shaking so bad just from literally saying a sentence or two out loud. And so then I signed up to be the person at the front on a stage for 6 or 7 hours a day.
I have never known this about you.
Terrified of public speaking. Yeah, and it's just so interesting
that's nuts.
But so that's where it goes back to take the risks earlier, because I was terrified of it because I'd never done it. I was terrified of it because I didn't think I could. And then I put myself in a position where it was not an option to not do it. And lo and behold, oh, this is not that bad. And oh, I'm not bad at it. And it was just so interesting.
Nobody would see you in the front of the room and go, oh.
I've never gotten the feedback in 7 years of doing what we do. Like I've never gotten the feedback that he seemed nervous or uncertain.
Absolutely not.
But I would have thought it. I would have thought that's what was going to happen.
Yeah. So it's so funny. So that's you for public speaking. Let me paint us another picture.
Oh my.
At a college class where it was public speaking. And I signed up for it because I'm like, oh, I love this idea. I should have known early on this is where I was meant to be. And we had to do like a 5-minute introduction of ourselves. Yeah. And that was like the intro to the class. Do you know, I went up, introduced myself, did a back handspring to wow the crowd before I started my speech.
Wow.
And the class was like, oh,
That is
So
very on brand.
it's very on brand.
See, yours is not surprising.
Well, I would
And
think
mine apparently is.
it's so surprising. Like
Yeah.
I would think that you would be the exact same on that.
Well, that's one of the other things that I thought of when we were going to talk about this. Like, advice wise, I would tell my younger self to be, not to change anything they did as much as to be louder and be prouder earlier
Yeah.
on. Like, I spent a lot of my life kind of keeping myself guarded and filtered and kind of in the background for a number of reasons. But what good did that do me?
Yeah.
And the minute I started stepping into who I really was and being authentic and not being afraid to share, it was like everything's been better because of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know why. And I think so many people, like you're a kid and all kids inadvertently want to fit in. And then it's this weird thing that we carry into adulthood where so many of us don't actually show up as our true selves. And it's just kind of gross to me. So like, I know I don't want my kids to do that. And if I could go back and if I could be a little bit more me earlier on, I think it probably would have been a good thing and not necessarily taken away any of the good things that I have now. So
no, absolutely not. Well, I, for one, am glad that you took that risk because by you doing that, you and Amber have had like such a strong relationship. And as adults, like, I mean, I have good friends. I don't have a ton of friends though. I have a lot of good acquaintance. I like people, but best friends, people that I can do. So
you only get so many. Yeah.
I get so many. And honestly, I only want so many. So that works out pretty good for me.
Oh yeah. There's I'm sure there's only so many that are going to deal with us anyways. I mean,
that's probably true. Yeah. Our husbands and our couple best friends for that.
For real.
So, one thing that I would love to tell my younger self that I didn't. So when I was in Atlanta and I was dating Mike had gotten this job in Macon with his job, but it's called a domicile. So he was going to live in Macon and then work the surrounding rural areas. And I'd had a very successful job. It was right out of college.
Yeah.
It was in my field in fitness, and I really wanted to be engaged. I really wanted to marry this man. And we had dated for almost 5 years. And so when he asked me, this is something I actually would tell my younger self not to do, believe it or not. But when he asked me to marry him and we were engaged, to him, I knew it was such a commitment. Like my mom was like, you shouldn't move in with blah, blah, whatever it is. And I immediately quit my job, got rid of my apartment, and I moved to Macon, Georgia. And if you don't know Macon, and those of you who live in Macon, Macon's a beautiful town. It is not a Kimberly town. But let me tell you, it is absolutely not where I was meant to. So much so, I got a job. Now, I want you to hear this because I'm not sure why I wasn't fired.
Oh, this is going to be good.
I got a job as an assistant to a insurance guy. Now, the funny story is this dude was a total jerk and a sexist human. Like,
Ew.
I ended up quitting because I should have sued the dude for, anyways. I would not have done that.
Yeah.
I would have not have made that move. I really wouldn't have done it. I would have still just kept our relationship. We were going to be moving to DC shortly anyway.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I was like, I just need to be with this guy. And so I'm moving in with him. We're getting engaged and we'll move to DC together and life will be great. There was such a time by being beat down by the dude that I work for, just in all kinds of ways. And my self-worth, I actually lost some self-worth because I wasn't I'd left this job that I had done a really good job at to move to BFE, Macon, Georgia. And it beat my self-esteem. So my younger self, I would say, you can still be engaged. You can still love the guy. Stay where you are because it's amazing. And then you can move away whenever y'all get married or whatever it is. Like I would go back and change. I would change that.
Yeah.
I don't regret anything because I don't, like I said, we already talked about that. I definitely would say, keep the big job.
Yeah.
Don't move down there.
Fun fact, we have now offended people in Macon and all of the Midwest. So
we love you.
We meant well.
We did mean well. Oh my gosh. No. It's good for them.
I know.
It's like those people who live in places where white stuff comes from the sky.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to live in snow. I want to live where white stuff is on the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
True that.
I'll go with that one. All right. What else you got?
I mean, I think that's the bulk of what I have as far as advice to the younger self. Yeah, be louder, be prouder, fail quicker, embrace mistakes, take more risks, don't put things off.
I got one more.
Oh, go for it.
I know. Well, we've mentioned this a little bit if you listened in the previous podcasts. On top of wanting to get married, obviously it was having kids too.
Yeah.
And it took us so long to have kids. I would love to go back to myself and say, enjoy the journey. I mean, the stress and everything that I put on there and wanting just to check the next box. I don't even know if it's check next box. I really want to have kids. I remember Mike even saying to me one time, I would be okay if it's just you and I. And I said, but I would not. And I don't know what that did to him, but it meant something to me. Like I really just wanted a family somehow. And I would love to go back to myself and say, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Just trust the process, go on the journey. Life will be fine.
Yeah.
That would be the big one. I think maybe even just enjoy the journey no matter where you're at. Like we're having ups and downs in our world right now with business and stuff. And I think we have to just enjoy that journey because look at this cool journey we're on now.
I know. Well, here's something that I feel like everyone needs to be reminded of, including myself, probably including you, and probably including all of these people. We start to freak out about these things that we're doing or not doing and failing or whatever.
Yes.
Like, and it's like, you've survived everything so far.
Yeah.
We give ourselves so little credit as, I don't know, as at our ability to rebound, our ability to persevere. And it's crazy. So, stuff happens. If you're currently in a season where you feel like you're in the down, in the dumps, whatever, like you survived all the last times it happened.
Yeah.
So like,
you'll survive this too.
You're going to survive this too. And I think just even that mental shift is usually enough to change your energy, which is probably how you get out of it in the first place.
There's a cool round table where Tom Hanks is sitting at the round table and he's got a couple like famous actors and stuff like this. And he talks about, if I could tell myself anything, the one thing I would tell myself is this too shall pass.
Yeah.
You got a bad job? This too shall pass. You lose somebody you love? This too shall pass. And so it's funny, every time as we're talking about this, I keep hearing the great Tom Hanks in my head going, this too shall pass. So anyways,
I like it.
I know. I think it's kind of cool.
Well said.
Well said. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Yeah.
All right. So what's your who thought that was a good idea?
Okay. So listen, as a woman and makeup and looking nice and all that stuff is great. Who thought, and you've probably never used it, and if you had, I need you to tell me the story. Who thought lip plumpers were a good idea?
No, never used it.
Oh, I should put one on you someday. I bought something recently from Ulta. Hudson, when I say it's like putting fire on my lips, and they're like, oh, it's the best one out there. I didn't see any plumping of my lips. I felt my lips were on fire.
I've eaten really spicy salsa. Same thing?
Well, no, it's not the same thing. But maybe it is.
I don't know that it is because I didn't get plumper and neither did you.
Oh my gosh. It's so funny because Savannah likes to put stuff on Michael and Michael lets her do
That's
like the nails and it is. And I take pictures and I post none. And she accidentally put the lip plumper on him.
Oh.
He looks at me, he's like, what's going on here? And I was like, oh, she put the wrong stuff. But who thought lip plumper was a good idea? And if you know of something, anybody out there, you know of something that actually works, sort of.
And doesn't feel like being lit on fire, maybe?
Yeah. Because I've never done lip fillers, but I think that I just need to stop it.
Yeah.
Stupid. Anyways, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's probably better. I mean, mine's really dumb, but it's just, why do we need toy snakes that look like real ones? Because
spiders too.
If I'm in jail one day for hurting one of my children, that's what it was for, just so you know. It wasn't because they acted out or did something awful or got a bad grade or crashed a car. It's because one last time they hid some stupid snake that looks like a real snake and hid it in a place where a real snake might be. And it's not cool. We have this stupid fake brown rubber snake that I feel like I've thrown in the trash multiple times, and obviously it's getting fished out or it's alive. I don't know. But it shows up in all the stupidest places. And the other day I opened our we have one of those deck boxes around our pool where toys and cleaner stuff. So I opened it to grab something and I just about jumped over our fence and screamed at a pitch that I'm sure I shattered somebody's window. And it was the stupid rubber snake. Come on, man. Like, why are we doing that?
Those things.
Give me old school dollar store, plastic, cheap, colors that don't exist in nature, fake snakes. I can deal with that. I know it's fake. This one looks real. I don't like it.
I throw all that crap out. The kids know.
I've thrown it out multiple times.
Why does it keep coming
I
back?
think it's alive. I think it's haunting me.
You have a ghost.
A ghost, fake, rubber, whatever, snake. I don't know. It sounds very crazy, and I am very crazy, but I don't like it.
Yeah. In my house, those things are in the trash as fast as possible.
Yeah.
You know, we get around Halloween and they have even those stupid spider rings. I'm like, no,
no,
not going to happen. Not here.
No,
not here, Linda's.
No, Linda.
No, Linda. Anyways. All right. Well, that's what we got for today.
Yeah. Hey, like, subscribe.
Yes.
Send us what you think nobody should have thought was a good idea. Send us your meant wells.
We need some good ones. We really do need some good ones. I mean, and we also probably good if they don't hear all the stupid things that we do all the time.
Well, if they keep listening, they're going to hear all the stupid things we do. So
have a good day, guys.
Thanks, guys.